Do you guys remember that chick from Willy Wonka? She like hops around on tables or whatnot saying, "I want it now, 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 now." You know that girl? The super entitled one who winds up wanting a golden goose and falling into like a goose pit or whatever and being almost cooked in a furnace. Maybe y'all should have learned a lesson from her. What's up, everybody, and back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we got some bad news. Oh, it hurts. It's not good news. It hurts. I'm gonna quickly blast through some stuff because I had news saved that I was gonna talk about that's almost irrelevant because of this news, so we're gonna speed run it. Just the headlines, baby. No discussion. Venom 2 was delayed. It was out of the picture. No longer a problem for GVK. AMC and Universal got into a huge feud. No Time to Die doesn't look like that's gonna be playing in AMC theaters. Everything was looking up for Godzilla Vs Kong's release date in November, as Universal movies were no longer going to be played in AMC theaters, meaning that Godzilla Vs Kong was going to be able to reach a wider audience, was going to be able to hang on to those IMAX theaters for a little bit longer. Things were looking up. John Campa, who's pretty well respected by a lot of film fans, came out with some statements on it saying all movies that were coming out in November have an especially good chance of succeeding in the box office given the current situation, although that was before things had developed quite to the extent they have now. He said Godzilla Vs Kong was the strongest contender for a movie to struggle, so Godzilla vs. Kong was the movie that was probably going to do the worst or struggle the most. But according to him, whenever the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer drops, there's going to be a lot of hype generated for the movie because King of the Monsters won SDCC. He says November was going to be a huge month for films because people are starved for films. They're still going to be starved for films. Godzilla vs. Kong's ad campaign was most likely going to be the make or break when it comes to the Godzilla vs. Kong box office. That is still the case. He says that the Godzilla vs. Kong ad campaign should start roughly 11 weeks before the movie, so we'll get a trailer 11 weeks before the movie, and that's when things will kick off. And he was saying that the reason Godzilla King of the Monsters underperformed was specifically because of the extended marketing. Because the movie came out and had such a positive reception to the initial trailer at SDCC, that was an indication that had the movie come out very close to that, Godzilla King of the Monsters would have had a huge influx at the box office because a lot more people would have been excited about it than how things turned out. Like I said, he was expecting Godzilla vs. Kong to do worst out of the November lineup, but that doesn't matter anymore. None of that matters anymore because the news we got today nullifies all of that. Not all of it, actually. What he says about the ad campaign, that stuff all still applies. 11 weeks before the movie comes out. It's about 3 months before the movie comes out. That's when he's expecting a trailer. We're going to talk about the trailer here in a little bit. But yeah, that's probably safe. I would say 4 months before the movie comes out is a good time to start the ad campaign. Anywhere from 5 to 4 months before the movie comes out. Maybe not 11 weeks. That seems a little short. But basically, it was just that the ad campaign needs to be a little closer to the movie's release, and that Godzilla vs. Kong will be made or broken by its ad campaign. But that stuff all still applies. Earlier today, which was seeming like a nice day, seeming like a no news kind of day, Wonder Woman was delayed until October. And that was a big signal of what's to come, because following that, every single Warner Brothers movie was delayed, including Godzilla vs. Kong. So I don't want to hear people bitching about Godzilla vs. Kong getting delayed, because it's not specifically Godzilla vs. Kong getting delayed. All the Warner Brothers movies are. So as for the people who claim that a delay is a signal that the studio has no faith in the movie, again, for the millionth time, you're not educated enough to be making statements like that. That's a clear indication that you don't understand the movie business. I'm sorry to be such a dick about it. If I don't say it, no one else is gonna, so I'll just say it. You gotta relax and understand that Hollywood is a business. It's all a big business. You just gotta roll with the punches, alright? There's no way to predict any of this stuff. We are living in an unprecedented situation. And as I said in yesterday's video, a delay was almost inevitable. I was saying yesterday that I expected a delay and that I expected that delay was potentially going to move the movie till May 2021, and that's exactly what happened. So here we are now. The movie has been delayed until May 2021. That's right. The movie will be moved till May 21st, 2021, giving it a nice date. Should be easy to remember in our brains because 21/21, that's when the movie comes out. Honestly, this is good news. I personally believe this is good news. Godzilla movies have come out in May previously. Seems like a solid month for Godzilla in my opinion. Yeah, it's a big blockbuster movie. It'll kick off the summer. Good stuff. And though there's there's no true understanding what's going to happen in May 2021, it's hopeful to say that things will look better by then. The movie industry should be hopefully close to back to normal by that point. Hopefully this COVID situation doesn't extend until then. Things should look a little better is all that I'm trying to say. Things should look a little better. I did see some people thinking that Godzilla vs Kong was going to compete with The Matrix, as they were moved to the same date. The Matrix 4, that is also a Warner Brothers movie, and Warner Brothers isn't going to compete against themselves. Matrix has been delayed as well. Like I said, they've taken their release dates and shifted all of them. So it's kind of like what Disney did with Black Widow and all the other Disney movies. Godzilla vs Kong's current box office competition is probably subject to change. In fact, I guarantee it's subject to change. A lot of movies are going to get delayed between now and whenever they were supposed to come out, meaning there's a big potential movies could start filling up that May 2021 release slot. But at the moment, Godzilla vs Kong actually finds itself in a better position than it found itself in initially. Hear me out. Initially, Godzilla vs Kong was going up against potentially 3 major blockbuster films: Black Widow, No Time to Die, and it was going up against that one Disney Soul movie. So potentially 3 pretty big blockbuster contenders. Now it's only going up against one. Only one! I think that's actually a good thing. So let's run through the current competition for Godzilla vs Kong. As I said, these dates are subject to change, but I do expect more movies to fill in the May release dates in the coming months, so we'll have to wait and see. Like I've said before, competition is inevitable. You're never going to be able to get away from competition. Whatever, I've made these points before. If people aren't going to listen to me, they're not going to listen to me. But look, competition is inevitable for these movies. We just got to deal with it. But here is the current competition. May 7th is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is our biggest competition for Godzilla vs Kong. This is a Marvel movie. It's a highly anticipated Marvel movie, and it is a Chinese movie, which means it's probably going to do pretty well in China. I actually think Shang-Chi's Chinese. I don't know that for sure. Google will tell you that it is, but I don't know enough about Shang-Chi. I think he is, though. I think it's a Chinese superhero. Either way, it's a Marvel movie that's probably going to do pretty well in China, so we got to watch out for that. However, rumors are that they didn't start filming on that movie, so maybe that movie will get delayed. I don't know, but maybe. If it gets delayed, I have a feeling all the Marvel movies are going to get delayed along with it, meaning Eternals will probably take this spot, and then we'll be right back in the same position we were months ago, where Eternals comes out 2 weeks before Godzilla vs Kong, and that doesn't sound like the worst of positions to be in. But at the moment, Shang-Chi is what we're going up against. Shang-Chi might do pretty well, so we got to watch out for that. But it comes out 2 weeks before Godzilla vs Kong, so that's okay. Spirit Riding Free, which is, I don't know. What is that? No one's ever heard of that. It's an animated movie, I think, but what is it? I can't tell if it's a Disney movie or what. I don't think we need to worry about that. That comes out a week before Godzilla vs Kong. Godzilla vs Kong does have direct competition the day it comes out from Spiral, from the Book of Saw, which is the new chapter in the Saw movie franchise. It's the new reboot. That sucks, because I was really looking forward to seeing that movie opening day. Guess I gotta prioritize Godzilla vs Kong now. Oh well, I have a feeling that Spiral is gonna be the one to suffer from that. I have a feeling that Godzilla vs Kong is gonna do fine against Spiral. They target 2 very different demographics. Spiral goes after a much more adult demographic. Godzilla vs Kong is a much more family-oriented thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Spiral's gonna eat up Godzilla vs Kong's box office. I think it'll be the other way around. The week after that's Cruella and Infinite. I don't think either of those movies are gonna be particularly huge, but I guess I could be wrong on that. I think Godzilla vs Kong is gonna hang on to that IMAX release for a little bit, so I think it'll have IMAX for a little bit longer than it was originally going to, because I doubt that either of those 2 movies are going to be big IMAX movies. I could be wrong again, but I don't think so. June 4th, which is 2 weeks after Godzilla vs Kong, we have Micronauts and Vivo. I don't think either of those are going to be massive either. And then finally, 3 weeks after Godzilla vs Kong is our next major competition, and that's Jurassic World Domination. By the time that movie comes out, I don't think we're going to have to worry about Godzilla vs Kong. I think that movie will have the vast majority of its box office already eaten up from IMAX specifically, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about Jurassic World stealing up the IMAX box office from Godzilla vs Kong. As for the long-term game, I think Jurassic World Domination could do some long-term damage to Godzilla vs Kong. As I was saying in previous videos, I expect King Kong to bring a much more stable box office to Godzilla vs Kong than King of the Monsters had. I expect him to be able to bring a much more long game approach to the film, whereas Godzilla is typically front-loaded. Kong always has a much more steady box office all the way throughout. I have a feeling Jurassic World Domination being a similar type of movie, dinosaurs to kaiju, I have a feeling that movie is going to eat into Godzilla vs Kong's long game. So yeah, that's our biggest threat, I think. I think Shang-Chi is a threat, but I have a feeling our biggest threat is Jurassic World Domination. Specifically because Godzilla is often compared to dinosaurs, and those Jurassic World movies, they do really well. That's something we gotta watch out for, is that people are gonna be comparing the two, and they're gonna probably want to see Jurassic World more here in the States. Director Adam Wingard put out a statement on Godzilla vs Kong's delay, and I think it's important to hear. He says, "To all Godzilla and Kong fans, I know you're pumped to see how the battle of the century will turn out. With all the things going on, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer to to see who will emerge victorious. Find the biggest screen possible to see Godzilla and Kong face off May 2021. You just gotta remain calm, guys. It's not a huge deal. It's okay. We've made it through waves like this before. I mean, all you guys have to do is wait for a movie. The Godzilla YouTube community, we're the ones losing out, right? Losing out on tens of thousands of dollars right now. And even I'm not that upset about it. I think we just gotta remain calm, be patient, understand it's a business, understand we are living in an unprecedented situation. 2020 is a terrible year. You don't want the movie even associated with 2020 to begin with, let alone to come out in 2020 and underperform as a result of everything going on. Just give it time, it'll be okay. As for when we can expect a trailer, SDCC is not the time. I'm having fingers crossed that we'll get a poster. I don't think we'll get anything else, but I have fingers crossed that we will get a poster at SDCC. Outside of the poster, there's nothing. We're not going to get anything for a long time. December at the absolute earliest is when we will see something for Godzilla vs Kong. Absolute earliest, because that will put us in the same marketing campaign 2014 had, and that could happen. You know, that was really successful for that movie if they do it the same way. If they just copy that same exact format, I think Godzilla vs Kong could be very successful if they copy the exact 2014 format, which means we get our first trailer in December. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't anticipate we'll get something December 2020. I have a feeling we're gonna have to wait until February 2021 at the earliest to get our official marketing kickoff for this movie. I know you guys are all bummed, and I'm not telling you you can't be bummed. You can be upset, you can be angry at this. I'm just saying, try and understand why they did it. Open yourself to everything going on. Realize that it's not that big of a deal, and realize that ultimately it's for the better. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time for the next one. D-Man out.